A lot of you guys have sent me this article, and at first I thought it was because you wanted me to make a video about it, but now I'm convinced it's because you wanted to hurt me. This article makes absolutely no sense, and I have no idea what I just read. But maybe that's where the value is. The value is in my reaction, or maybe just how innately ridiculous nearly every sentence in this article is. So, if you end up enjoying this kind of video, you can show it to me by leaving a like and commenting down below your thoughts, because I'm baffled at this. I'm already lost at the first sentence. I'm lost at the title. 25 powerful Pokemon strategies no one uses because they're too casual. What's too casual? Is it the person? Is this powerful Pokemon strategies that no one uses because the player is too casual? Or is it the strategy that is too casual? Serious Pokemon trainers know exactly what to do to win a battle. That doesn't help. That makes me think it's the player, but when you start getting into the rest of this, it sounds like the strategy. Don't use the best of the best. We have some problems here, guys, because we're 3 lines into this, and we already have like a 2.5 negative. I'm going to consider calling someone like a casual like half a negative, but so don't using the best of the best is a powerful Pokemon strategy no one uses because it's too casual. Maybe we'll find some answers here, guys. Most fans of the franchise will advise you to follow the golden rule. Use who you like. That doesn't sound like the golden rule. I've heard less people. I feel like I'm almost one of the only people saying to use who you like. That is like the foundation of my channel and all of my strategy guides. But sure, I guess that's the golden rule now. While they are tier lists and they are well researched, the heart of Pokemon comes from building a team that suits your tastes. Wait, that suits your tastes and your tastes. Typo? Maybe done for dramatic effect? Either way, I actually agree with this. Who cares about winning if you aren't using Pokemon you actually like? That's a good philosophy as well. Well, a few people actually. One of the most game-breaking strategies you'll never see any self-respecting fan use out of fear of seeming casual is simply using whichever Pokemon are considered the best. Hold up. That's not casual. To use the best Pokemon to want to win is not a casual strategy. And this is where, like, it only gets worse from here, guys. I haven't even read all of it, but from as far as I did read, I think I have an idea as to what this guy's going for. Like, because the thing about Pokemon is that the gap between casual and competitive has shrunk dramatically, or at least the accessibility into competitive has gotten like way crazier. So like from 6th generation on, it's been really easy to like understand Pokemon at a pretty high level. And I feel like this person just got left in the dust and now he's mad about it. Like, that's what this article really comes off as. So, no, like, this sentence makes no sense to me. One of the most game-breaking strategies. So, powerful Pokemon strategies no one uses. So, a game-breaking strategy that everyone uses. Do we need to remind you guys of VGC 2015, where every team was effectively cookie cutter of the most powerful Pokemon, and then just Incineroar dominating the like, ever since Incineroar with Intimidate was officially released, it's dominated VGC, and then we have a lot of other common popular Pokemon always being used. So, everyone using the same Pokemon is a casual strategy that no one uses because they're too casual? This is where it's backwards. This is why I don't understand. So, if you're casual for using the most powerful Pokemon, that means you're not casual for using the powerful strategy of using weak Pokemon? This typically means checking Smogon to see which Pokemon are topping the charts. As a strategy, it works, but it creates a homogenized metagame where the same Pokemon keep on getting used over and over again. Yeah, I agree that Smogon is bad, and that it creates a lot of bad things, but it's not because of casualness. It's a lazy alternative to legitimate team building. Even then, you can still make legitimate teams off of, like, powerful Pokemon or use them in different ways and stuff. And I will agree that it is lazy to just kind of, like, look at Pokemon and be like, boom, just do that. But this guy's lost, is all I can get. And don't worry, guys, it gets even better. So, actually, no. 24. Tier breaking is a bad strategy. So the powerful casual strategy of tier breaking is bad. Like, I don't know how you can call something bad and powerful and casual at the same time, but they do it. This is elementary school, like, thought. This is where games journalism has landed in 2020. Actually, this article came out in 2019. Either way, very confused. On the flip side of use whoever you like conversation, you'll be hard-pressed to find any competitive fan who accepts tier breaking as a legitimate strategy worth using. I don't know what he means by tier breaking at this point. The basic logic behind tiers are to lock certain Pokemon away from each other in order to ensure fairer fights. Should those tiers be broken, it's entirely possible one trainer will come out on top with a massive advantage. Kinda. Don't bring an Arceus to an underused fight. But that's not tier breaking. Also goes in the other way. That if you bring an underused, like if you bring an underused to an Arceus fight and you win with it, that's pretty cool. So tier breaking that way is equally frowned upon, which is also why tiers exist, because it's about segmenting the lower Pokemon. But then he was like, ew, a UU Pokemon, that doesn't belong here. So you see a lot of like weird interactions with that as well. But you can't even do this in like real competitive Pokemon outside of Smogon. Tier breaking is banned as far as Smogon rules go, except it's not banned to bring an underused Pokemon to OU. But there's nothing stopping a player from ignoring said ban, as Game Freak doesn't take Smogon into consideration for online play. But they do have a restricted Pokemon list, so you can't bring an Arceus to a Battle Stadium fight. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. It's a strategy that lives up to the series' core philosophy. What's the core philosophy? You called it the golden rule to bring the Pokemon that you want, but okay. Okay, what's the strategy? Tier breaking? I still don't have a reference point for this video. Okay. Strategy that lives up to the series' core philosophy, but also flies in the face of basic balancing. A good trainer can fend off a tier breaking team, correct, but likely won't result in a fun or engaging battle. Correct, it's not fun to go up against a team with like 5 Arceus and a Darkrai or something like. Well, actually Darkrai's nerfed, so yeah. Either way, it's not fun to have like a team of non-legendaries and then see the opponent bringing legendaries, but the person bringing legendaries is the casual. So the tier breaker's the casual. I don't know who is trying to defend here. You're probably using slacking wrong, and this is where things got really heated for me when I was just kind of going over this article. And the first draft of this video, I didn't have face cam, and I realized I need to have a face cam because this is where I lost it. You're probably using slacking wrong. So he's going to talk about like skill swap strategies and like entrainment and like worry seed, neutralizing like slacking. That seems like a pretty advanced strategy that, you know, no one is going to use because they're too casual to understand how to fully unlock slacking. With 670 total base stats, slacking is an absolute monster compared to other Pokemon. His stats are so high that he's borderline legendary. Correct. Why wouldn't you want to use him? Well, for starters, Truant is a trap ability unlike any other. Slacking is basically a Pokemon designed to capture the eye of casual trainers. So it's powerful to use slacking because you're casual? Or it's bad. Like casual, like I said, casual feels like a negative. So I don't understand. Like, okay, so it's appealing to casual trainers. It's a trap. You're getting baited into using slacking, who really don't understand that high stats aren't all it takes to win a battle. Unfortunately, while this train of thought certainly works, a competent trainer can make slacking work in spite of Truant's fallbacks. So slacking is bad because of its high stats to a casual, but slacking is good to a non-casual because of its high stats. Although Truant causes slacking to miss every other turn, that's not how it works, but okay, properly EV training him can ensure he survives long enough to make use of his insane base stats. Except not even then. You get 2-shot regardless most of the time, so you get 1 good usage out of it. Of course, you won't find many pro fans wanting to waste time just trying to make slacking viable. There's a lot of fan Fridays that say no. There's a lot of like skill swap and like neat strats like that say no. But now we have pro, casual, fan. Who's this about? Is using slacking at all bad or casual, or is it powerful because you can EV train it to not die in 2 turns, even though it's always going to die in 2 turns? Even then, sure. Endless switching is for casuals. Wanting to win the battles for casuals, got this. This is like the Cuphead review where the dude couldn't even make out a tutorial called Cuphead a bad game. This guy doesn't want to get any better Pokemon, so he's mad he's losing to what isn't even like tryhard. That's what I feel. I feel like this is meant to be 25 tryhard Pokemon strategies no one uses because they don't want to be jerks or they don't want to be lame. That's what this article should have been titled. There's nothing more annoying than prepping up the final blow on a Pokemon only for your opponent to swap them out. While it is frustrating, it's a legitimate strategy. So it's legitimate. Not casual? Powerful? In fact, many professional strategies involve swapping out Pokemon at the right moment. At the same time, endless switching is very much a casual approach to battling. Professional. Legitimate. Casual. Okay. Endless switching is basically swapping out multiple times within the same battle in order to try to gain an advantage. Well, it's not endless, it's just multiple times in a battle. Like, it's not only switching every turn. You got to attack or else you're going to lose. This is best done with a team Pokemon with high hit point stats. Wrong. It also depends on the ability and the type coverage, because if you can just, like, tank up everything, that's better than having raw hit points to reduce the damage in half. Also, Regenerator's a good ability for this, like Toxapex, Amoonguss, if Amoonguss becomes available for the Isle of Armor or Crown Tundra. Stuff like that. And it's not just hit points, because according to damage calculation, defense and hit points are equally weighted at some kind of point. You know, there's a point where defense is more valuable, there's a point where hit points are more valuable, so it's not only the high hit point stat. What's up with this dude and his Eevee trading the hit point stat? Okay. Yeah, so the hit point stats, the damage done to them in the swap turn allows them to survive for a few extra turns. Technically, you survive less if you're just eating a free hit regardless. From the point of view of someone who's dealing with such a strategy, it's an incredibly frustrating tactic that rewards players for not skilled team building, but for creating an obnoxious back and forth. This dude is mad he's bad at Pokemon. That's all I can come up with. Like, I felt weird about this article. So I'm like, why is this a negative article? He kind of seems against Smogon. He wants to be, like, for the spirit of Pokemon in a way, but no, he actually just seems salty. Like, he just doesn't understand Pokemon. He's mad that Smogon just styles on him all day long. So, I don't know who's in the wrong here. Just with that, and he doesn't want to make himself better. He doesn't want to make himself better. He just wants to not get switched on, and he wants to use slacking while also not having to worry, and legendaries, while not having to worry about someone bringing a Garchomp in their battle or something. I don't know. But it rewards players for not skilled team building? No, you have to build to be able to take in all of the threats and then switch. And, like, switching isn't even about that skilled team building. It's about being good at the game. It's about having an incredible amount of game knowledge to get in your opponent's mind and win. Also, switching can be incredibly detrimental. Like, if you predict a switch on your opponent and you land that hit, that's like a very high chance of getting a KO or incredibly disadvantaging your opponent. Like, what Pokemon has boiled down to, I don't like this is what Pokemon has become, is that it's like whoever gets the most advantageous switches has an incredible edge in the battle. Doesn't guarantee wins. You can just get predicted on all game long, but that's actually where your team building is rewarded more. It's an incredibly frustrating tactic that rewards players for not skilled team building. No, if you skilled team build, you can actually play around the opponent that's switching too much. Or something like that. Like, I've gotten this situation where I'll get red like 3 times in a game, but I still find a creative way out of it because I'm playing for a different strategy while they're playing to, like, get all these, like, stylish plays and stuff. And then, like, if you just make one good play, you can really bring it back. Very confused, but creating an obnoxious back and forth until one of the people breaks it and gets the win off of it. Kecleon's Chameleon ability. Kecleon's color change is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can allow opponents to game Kecleon so they can give him an exploitable weakness. Sure. On the other hand, a clever trainer can eventually luck out and find themselves in a situation where their Kecleon is the right type to take out the opposition. Dumb luck is not a real strategy. Did this dude lose to a Kecleon? Is this dude mad that he lost to a Kecleon? Someone brought a Kecleon. I don't even remember what color change does, because that's not even the one you want. It's like color change that it matches the opponent's typing, or is it something about the last used move? Because, like, you want Protean. Okay, so I pulled it up. When a Pokemon with this ability is hit by a damage-dealing move, color change will change the Pokemon's own type to the type of the move that it was hit by. Color change does not activate if the Pokemon substitute is hit. That's not dumb luck. That means your opponent's likely going to use a move, so you match to that move, and it's not color change that's good on. This dude got styled on by a color change Kecleon, and he's mad about it. The dude like switched in a Kecleon to like a dark type Pokemon and called it dumb luck. Fucking casual. Bring in the Kecleon because it's just such an overused Pokemon. What makes the color change strategy so casual? He's calling good casual. Like, I think that's what we can summarize up until this point, is that if he calls you casual, that means you're just playing well. What makes color change strategy so casual is the mere fact that it almost never gets pulled off by sheer... Oh, it only ever gets pulled off by sheer luck or a dumb opponent. If your opponent isn't smart enough to properly fight off a Kecleon, chances are that you would have won otherwise. Wait. If your opponent isn't smart enough to properly fight off a Kecleon, chances are you... Who's he talking about? If your opponent isn't smart enough... Dumb. I'm going to represent that as dumb. To properly fight off a Kecleon, chances are you would have won otherwise. But doesn't that mean you win because your opponent's dumb and can't beat Kecleon? Like, so boom, you win. So dumb, otherwise... Huh? Huh? Wait, opponent isn't smart enough to fight off a Kecleon. So your Kecleon, you would have won... Yeah, you can't beat your Kecleon in every situation. So you wouldn't have won other... This has been like, when I said elementary school, I'm like borderline 5th, 6th grade. This has been like dropped to 3rd grade writing class. It's a strong strategy that doesn't require any skill and only works some of the time. Hardly worth it for the real pros. I don't understand. He's calling something really good. That makes it casual. But that makes it powerful. But pros don't use it. But it's not good. Hardly worth but if it's so good though, then it would be worth it for the real pros because you just get style on people like you all day. Maining your starter is a bad idea. And once again, like, we give it the title test. Maining your starter is a bad idea, powerful Pokemon strategy that no one uses because they're casual. Or no one uses the powerful Pokemon strategy of maining your starter because it's a bad idea because they're casual. I'm genuinely upset, guys. It's easy to get attached to your starter. In fact, just about every player will go through each game with their starter, their starter leading their team in the first slot. Okay, so this is not a strategy that no one uses. It's just the nature of Pokemon when it comes down to it. The games work to build a bond between the trainer and their starter. By in-game, primarily using starter can pay off incredibly well. It's not just a show of your skill, though. That's not a show of your skill. So you're casual to take your starter and win because it's powerful, but no one uses it, even though everyone uses it. Okay. In general, starter Pokemon are leaps and bounds better than any Pokemon you'll get over the course of the game, bar the legendaries. They tend to have great move pools, interesting type advantages, okay, and then great base stats. Since you get them early, you're also just bound to use them more often. Winding up with a good starter is expected, and in no way a show of your ability to raise a Pokemon. This dude's just salty. This dude's just mad that he's bad at Pokemon. I did the challenge with Magikarp. Therefore, you're bad at the game, casual, that everyone uses this nobody strategy. How is it a bad idea to beat the game efficiently, and suddenly we went from competitive to single player? Okay. Early game transfers aren't the way to go. But that's a powerful strategy that a lot of people uses, because it's powerful, not casual. Transferring your Pokemon from game to game isn't just the nature of the franchise, or it's just the nature of the franchise at this point. I disagree with that, or like I don't disagree with this. Like this is what it's become. I disagree that this is what Pokemon has become. I hate it too, but I'm not gonna be like weird about it like the rest of this article. I do think it's really strange when someone gets like mad. It's like, well, I need to transfer my level 100 Gardevoir that's been with me since Generation 3 because she's my girl, and I'm just gonna beat the game. It's like, well, that removes the difficulty. So people will transfer Pokemon and then be like, oh, Pokemon's too easy. Or they'll get like a level 100 off the Wonder Trade and say Pokemon's too easy. So I understand that point of view, but that's still like weird. Why would you want to keep all of your monsters separate from one another when having them in one reliable location is so easy? Most games balance such a feature by only allowing players to transfer their Pokemon after beating the game. No. You could have always just traded a high-level Pokemon to another file. So I don't... Wait. Most games, I feel like this means most games in like other franchises balance such a feature by only allowing players to transfer their Pokemon or their character after beating the game. That doesn't mean there aren't workarounds. Have some patience and use new Pokemon. I feel like this guy uses bold to try to make a statement, and the statement just falls flat every time. Like, the person that's doing that is doing it for a specific reason. They just want to, like, beat the game and get competitive sooner, or they just want to, like, steamroll because that's how they are. But it's not about, like, the impatience. I think it's, like, just some other weird element that's evolved from the Pokemon community. But what is this powerful, casual, nobody-use strat? Where is that in here? I don't know. Wonder Trade abuse. I agree Wonder Trade abuse is a problem. But at the same time, the way that he frames it is just completely backwards. Don't fret if you don't have any Pokemon transferred to a new game. Just abuse Wonder Trade by tossing away easily catchable Pokemon. Feature that... Dude, this guy's mad. He's mad. He's so mad. A feature that allows players to like, why would I not want to do this if you're saying it's powerful? It makes me casual, but... What? There's also a lot of other casual things, because like a cool thing about doing Wonder Trade early on is that you get access to better lotto rewards, such as PP Up, PP Max, Rare Candies, and Master Balls. So by doing that throughout your play, and also if like you get a powerful Pokemon, you could always just not use it. This guy's mad that like someone looks out, gets a hacked for level 100 Pokemon, and beats the game with it. I think it is stupid when that happens, but I don't understand what's doing in this article. So yeah, it's entirely possible to use Wonder Trade quite early to build up an incredibly powerful and unique team. It's an interesting feature from a gameplay perspective, but it isn't balanced in the slightest. Well, there is a balancing feature with Pokemon disobeying you. And with like Pokemon Sword and Shield, pretty much everyone's just giving away level 60 Pokemon all day because those are the easiest to capture. If you get a level 60 Pokemon at the beginning of the game, can steamroll, but it's also going to disobey very frequently, resulting in an utterly broken main game. But that doesn't break the main game. That's separate to the main game. It's an alternative choice. You aren't forced to Wonder Trade until you get an overlevel Pokemon and then instantly win the game with it. Pros tend to save it for late game, casuals use it immediately. No, pros want to use it immediately so they can get all those PP Ups and PP Maxes. Like, that's the powerful Pokemon strategy that no one's using that I've made guides about. Like, comment, subscribe. Use code Verlisify for 30% off your G Fuel order. Don't be a casual. Don't be like this guy. Get your G Fuel. I don't want to keep going, because I see the next one. I don't like it. I am pro accuracy, man. This is going to hurt my soul. Don't even think about using Sand Attack more than once on the same Pokemon because that one use is more than enough. Is it the person that's casual? Like, is the person so casual they don't... The no one uses it is what breaks this. This should be 25 powerful Pokemon strategies that casuals use, and it shouldn't have any double negatives. He should be like, accuracy is casual, Wonder Trade's casual, early game transfer. It took me, not halfway through the list, but it took me a substantial amount through the list to figure out what this is going. Using your starters is casual, Kecleon's There goes my will to live. The penalties associated with any accuracy affecting move are so severe, it's honest... The penalties associated with any accuracy affecting move are so severe, it's OP to commit to repeatedly using Sand Attack. Except no, because eventually that Pokemon's going to get KO'd. You need to use Double Team. Self-stat buffs are stronger than opposing stat debuffs. You casual. At least write it correctly if you're going to bash something stupidly. Smogon actually does have a ban in place to prevent such a situation, but Game Freak, not a chance. This dude's bashing Smogon for propping up overused Pokemon and tiers, but he's in favor of it because they ban accuracy. You have to be able to hit each other for it to be a fair fight. Talking about fairness in Pokemon, like it matters. Non-Smogon regulated battles can very easily end up with you being sand. It's minimized Chansey. Did this dude actually lose like a Sand Attack Pidgeotto in a competitive game where, like, you know, he went to school and all of his friends were playing, and like, all, you know, and then someone's like, yeah, I'm really good at Pokemon, and he just got like slapped by a Kecleon, a Garchomp, and a Sand Attack Pidgeot while his Arceus just got like bodied or something? I can't figure out this dude's sad Pokemon career. But yeah, you get sand attack to the point where your Pokemon fail to hit for the rest of the battle very easily. No, the thing is, and I keep quoting this and people still don't understand, evasion is very balanced for many different reasons. Now, this article came out right before Pokemon Sword and Shield, but Z-moves were around and Z-moves bypass accuracy. Now we have 3 turns of bypassing accuracy. We've had constant, every generation has nerfed accuracy in some kind of way. And it's still too strong to some people. Accuracy passed by, I think, like 0.4%. It got a 66.4% of the 60, or was it 66%, or like, it was like 66.8 or 66.4. The first time it got passed by Smogon, it barely got banned, and now it's like 99% acceptance of people wanting it banned, which doesn't make any sense. And what I always say is that if Smogon ever banned, like, people are always like, well, evasion has to be banned or every battle will end in +6 evasion. No, if you go onto the battle spot, even if you're like playing competitive Pokemon back in Generation 4 and 5 where evasion was most exploitable, it was still in a minority of battles. Like, evasion usage has been like 5% max, but Smogon will keep that banned, and then they'll let like 40-50% usage for Landorus go through, and people are okay with that. It doesn't make any sense. And now like evasion usage is at like 1% or something silly. I've done several hundred battles on the Battle Stadium. I think I saw 1 minimized Clefable. I think that's it now. And I think that was after Unaware became available, or maybe it was right before. I don't remember. Either way, I think it was before. It was before Pokemon Home. But either way, it's like, yeah, it's a 1% usage per battle, and that's across a team of 6 Pokemon or something. So not very easily. Because what happens is, it's been so nerfed, you know, it's like, they use it. You have a 75% chance of hitting it. They use it again. You have a 66% chance of hitting. You have beneficial odds of hitting against Sand Attack for like 4 turns. You're eventually just going to kill them. And then you could also just switch out your Pokemon. It's the minimize you have to be weary of. Well, it's a legitimate strategy, but you can't strategy bad. This guy's like delegitimizing it while calling it legitimate. I don't think he knows how words work. It's built around a debuff that's simply too useful for its own good. No! It's trash now. I love it. I love evasion, and Game Freak's just nerfed all the RNG fun out of it. Effectively locks the opposition from playing. Powerful, yes. Casual, yes. The Drizzle Swift Swim combo. This dude also got bodied by Drizzle Swift Swim, and he's calling it casual. Oh my god. Drizzle Swift Swim combo is so overpowered, but simultaneously... How do you say overpowered and casual? How? How can you do that? What? What? Okay. It's likely you've never... It's likely you never heard of it, guys. It's so casual, you've never heard of Drizzle Swift Swim. Never, ever. You've never heard of it, guys. And you know why I've never heard of it? Because... Who's the casual? Are you so casual you've never heard of it? Or are you so pro you've never heard of it? But it's so powerful. You know, it only dominated Generation 5 doubles. It only got recognized by Smogon to get a ban in doubles formats. I don't know if it's still banned or whatever, or like underused has been. Like it's only that recognized where like, okay, VGC when we have Kyogre, you know, it's like, yeah, bet you never heard of this Pokemon Kyogre either. Even if you played Pokemon Alpha Sapphire version, you probably don't even know what Kyogre does. And now that Pelipper got Drizzle in Generation 7, that only brought more accessibility to it. Anyone that reads the abilities of their Pokemon, you just never heard of it. The fan base as a whole seems to have accepted that this combo is simply too overwhelming and to be viable in competitive play. It's rare, but the whole fan base knows about it. Every now and again, the fan base does come together to put a stop to these strategies that work a bit too well. But they can't. You can't put a stop to this. Again, are you in favor of Smogon now that they're getting rid of the things that you don't like? I can't go on. I'll do a part 2 if I get like 1,000 likes on this video or something, but it's already been 30 minutes and